The saga surrounding the Webster County Sheriff's Department continues tonight. In court today, former Webster County Chief Investigator Landon Griffin pled guilty to 2 charges that were brought against him. Quentin Smith, he's been in the courtroom today. Quentin, what charges did he plead to?
Scott, Griffin pled to 1 count of embezzlement and 1 count of transferring a stolen firearm. All other charges that were initially brought against Griffin are now being dropped due to today's plea. Prosecutors say they hope this sends a message that no one is above the law, not even those wearing a badge. It started with the raising of his right hand and taking the oath.
You solemnly swear or affirm testimony giving this case with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, said to God.
After that, former Webster County Chief Investigator Landon Griffin entered his plea to Judge Joseph Loper.
He at this time waive all those constitutional rights and plead guilty to the charge of embezzlement by public officer in count 4 of the indictment and transfer of stolen firearm charge in count 5.
He had been charged with embezzlement by a public official and also of selling county property or trading county property. He pled guilty to 2 counts of that.
Today's guilty plea is done with an abundance of humbleness. We realize that what's been done, the plea today was taken from the bottom of the heart.
After his guilty plea, prosecutors recommended to Judge Loper that Griffin serve 10 years behind bars and 5 years probation after he's released.
Mr. Griffin believes in the law. He does own up to those 2 charges, and that's why he entered his plea.
Griffin first joined the Webster County Sheriff's Department back in 2016. In January, he was arrested not long after being fired from the Sheriff's Department. His plea comes on the heels of former Webster County Sheriff Tim Mitchell's guilty plea just last week.
Anyone hates to see a law enforcement officer charged with committing a crime, but you hate to see them commit the crime to start with. It shouldn't happen.
District Attorney Doug Evans admits this situation negatively impacts law enforcement officers. However, he's now hoping this shows that if you do the crime, then you must do the time, regardless if you're an officer or not.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't matter who you are, you can't break the law.
Now, Griffin, along with former Webster County Sheriff Tim Mitchell, will both be back in court again on July 30th for their sentencing. Former Webster County jailer Santana Townsend was also charged in the investigation. She goes to trial in January.